Hey guys, Crystal Grace here and welcome to this Speak of God reading, which is all about what are people currently thinking about you but won't say. So we have four piles. Pile number one, we have the black tourmaline. Pile number two, we have the fluorite. Pile number three, we have the pink agate. Pile number four, we have the sodalite. So take a moment to connect with one or more of these piles, preferably just one. But you know, you do you. And as always, only take messages that resonate and leave everything else that does not fly. Yeah, I think I'm just going to jump into it. Hey, pile one. For those of you who picked the black tourmaline, okay, I kind of pick up what people think about you but won't say is that some of you may be a little bit rough around the edges, okay? But take that as it resonates. Sorry, I'm moving the camera. All right. Let's see. What are they saying? So I got the Meryl Streep Tarot deck, and I didn't actually realize how many characters Meryl has played, and I would just like to acknowledge that if her characters actually resonate, can you let me know down in the comments box and also tell me why? Sorry, am I moving that thing? Okay, so what are people thinking about pile? Fuck, they're thinking a lot of things about you. I'm going to take this one, but won't say. I don't know, some of you could be at school and you could be getting voted for like class something. I'll take these. All right. All right. So sorry guys, just all over the place today. I've had like a week off. Why is that? Let's do these ones. That's better. Sorry, I could start again, but if you're new to my channel, I'm not normally this shit. Well, it's not being shit, right? It is what it is. Is that even? Okay. Alright. People are like, oh, she's so unprofessional. Alright, so naturally with this Three of Wands, what I'm kind of picking up, for some of you are kind of like a socialite or something, and I definitely picked that up with the Three of Cups as well. Having 2 threes on the table as well, what this would actually suggest to me is a couple of things, okay? There's like a lot of people, what they think about you is that you will be successful no matter what, you know, you will be successful, and at this point in time. So if some of you are working on something, what people are thinking but won't actually tell you right now is that they see you having immediate success with whatever you're doing. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Kudos to you, pile one. Who is Karen Trainer? The Seduction of Joe Tynan. Obviously this is an American thing, so let me know. Maybe you know what some people are also thinking about you, pile one, is that you're quite seductive. Ooh. I've been so sick with, like, I thought I had COVID, it was the flu, and oh my god, I was just dying for ages. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit dusty today, but I've been getting a couple of messages saying please do a reading. So here we are. This is as good as it's going to get. So yeah, other aspects of, you know, these the 2-3 cups, right, would actually be suggesting to me that I don't know, some of you this is, I don't really understand this message, but there's something about triplets or births. Like some people are thinking, you know, if you're dating at the moment, okay, some people are thinking that you are going to fall pregnant soon. Some people are even thinking that you may have triplets, okay? But they are your spirit guides is who is thinking that. That's weird. Let me know, is triplets in your family? Yeah, it could actually mean some people are thinking it could be a person that you are, if you're dealing with anyone romantically, they could be wanting to, you know, wipe you up. They could be wanting to impregnate you, okay? And if you're a male watching this, it could be the other way around. They're wanting you to impregnate them. There is intentions here of triplets though, so just be mindful of that, because, you know, carrying 3 little humans is quite the job. Just carrying one is quite the job. Not that I would know, but I've seen it. And my sisters have all had plenty of babies, so I got to hold their hands through that. Yeah, it's really a unique sort of message there. I kind of feel your spirit guides are saying that. Be careful, you may fall pregnant with triplets for some of you, okay? What they're thinking but won't say. Some of you may have already been getting that download, okay? But naturally with, also with the 3 of Wands here, it could be a matter of like, people always thinking, or what they're thinking is like, you always have these new opportunities coming towards you. They also think that like, not only are you good at working in a team, you're really good at helping others, right? Or you're really good at receiving help from others. You know how some people don't like to receive help, like they get their backs up and stuff. So I kind of feel that's a side message for some of you. Maybe you've been thinking something along the lines of that. It's kind of really a weird thing to be thinking about but not saying. Like, naturally somebody who works well in a team, you can easily say that. It's not weird or creepy. But with the 3 of Cups here, right, so I kind of am picking up party girl vibes, party boy vibes here. I just feel like for some of you, people around you, you know, they think you are the life of the party, or they think if you go to parties you are the life of the party. I kind of feel like the message is coming through with you, pile 1, like you've got people around you who maybe are jealous, okay? They're jealous of your energy. They're jealous how you can walk into a room and like captivate everyone in it, even if you're not trying, right? So this is why these people don't really say this stuff, because it would be gassing you up, right? And well, F them, because at the end of the day, you should be trying to raise people's energy, not, you know, whatever. But moving on. Other things that they would be saying, right, and the 3 of Wands and the 3 of Cups, right, they're very successful cards. They're cards about success. They're cards about achieving success. So there is a strong message here. Everyone around you, I would say, literally everyone around you, anyone that you talk to about your side hustles, what they think when you talk, pile 1, is that you're going to be very successful in whatever you're participating in, whatever you're taking action towards. For some of you, other people are sort of thinking, there's something about marriage here. People are thinking that you are on the verge of getting married. So maybe your partner, if you're in a relationship and you've been wondering when they're taking it to the next level, for some of you, obviously, this is only going to resonate with your person, could be about to offer you a hand in marriage, okay? There could be an engagement coming for some of you, or a wedding, okay? So that's what people are thinking about but won't say, and obviously they're not saying because it's in secret. So let me know who DD Allen is, the prom, okay? Now, when it comes to the Queen of Wands and what people are thinking about you, you're a hot mama. No, it's really funny. I make myself laugh sometimes. Well, you're spicy, okay? So people find you quite spicy. They find you very sexy, whether you're male or female, right? They also think you make, you either have very good, healthy friendships or you make good friendships easily with people is another thing what people say. There's this whole, there's this whole like ambitious energy also around the Queen of Wands. But naturally when I look at this Queen of Wands as well, I just feel like what they think is, some of you, they think you look like this woman here. Some of you may even have a dog like that, and good on you. If I could parade around in a dress like that, I totally would as well. There is something about your clothing style as well. Some of you wear a lot of dresses and you wear very nice dresses. Dresses that accentuate your physique is also what people think. But people do think you are a princess. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, standing in that power. I tell people all the time at work, I am a princess, and they roll their eyes, and that's okay. So I feel like with the books here, with the Queen of Wands, right, it's sort of like, what are they thinking? Some of them are sort of thinking like, where do you get your knowledge from? Like I feel like some of you talk about really random things. Like some of you may come out with very political opinions, some of you, and then next minute you come out with real party conversations, and then next minute you're talking about, being a tree hugging hippie or something, right? So I feel what people think about you when they engage in conversations is like, how do you know everything that you know? Like, how do you have so much diversity when it comes to a conversation? Like, people could eavesdrop on conversations you're having, say, with Tony about, about what worldly news is going on, in politics or something, and then next minute you're over talking to, Rosalind, and you're telling Rosalind how you went out and you drank 12 cocktails in 5 hours. And then, you're over talking to Beatrice and you're talking about how like you've just donated, $100 to like, a plantation in maybe Thailand to help the orangutans or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like you guys are very unique. You dabble into a lot of different things in life. And because of this, a lot of people think and how do you know the information that you do? And that's the reason why obviously you do know all of this, but they don't know that. Probably because you don't tell them your life story is what I'm sort of picking up. So let's grab some more. I am going to keep these readings as short as possible because that has been a request. What do people think about pile 1 that they don't say? So we've got achievements again. So there's something about, I kind of feel with this mountain one, what they think is you could be standing there and telling them about challenges and they're still sitting there thinking, you're still going to achieve this. It doesn't matter. And that's what I feel like that message. Like, you can climb any mountain is what people think about you but won't say. And that's a shame because like naturally what they should be saying, if that's what they're thinking, is like, wow, you should be really proud how you can overcome mountains. So I'm going to tell you that pile 1 because it's nice to hear that, especially when you climb mountains because they're hard to climb, aren't they? So with choices and indecisions, triangle, some of you could be in a love triangle. We have triplets again here. So I kind of feel like that's also driving home that triplet message. Yeah. There is babies on board for some of you. So congratulations if that's what you want, and up your protection if that's not what you want. So yeah, I just think you've got a lot of choices is what people think. Like, although you have a lot of challenges, from your challenges become open doors to many choices for you. And people just think you may sit in a state of indecision or indecisiveness at times because you have a lot of choices. I feel a lot of jealousy energy around that when that comes through. So just be mindful when most people don't say things to people because they wish it was happening to them, like positive things anyway, which is a shame. Wisdom keeper though, you know, this is sort of coming back and really driving that message home. It's also telling me to wrap up the reading when the same messages come through. But this is telling me you have a lot of wisdom, very unique wisdom, very worldly wisdom, and it really blows people's mind, pile one. Like, they don't understand how you know all the things that you know when you probably look like this person. Okay, you probably look like a person who is sitting on a throne. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone. That's always my goal with these videos, is not to offend. But, you know, there's nothing wrong looking like Queen of Wands here. Like, every little girl wants to look like the Queen of Wands in this picture. But there's just something about your level of intelligence that people admire and really probably strive for. Some people may even go home and research things that you discuss with them just to see if they are true, but try and, you know, what's the word, educate themselves on those topics so they can have a conversation with you as well. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, which is a very big challenge for me, but let me know down in the comments how you found that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, those who picked the fluorite, welcome to your reading. All right. Whoa. So I got a Meryl Streep tarot deck, and up the top of each card has got a character that Meryl played. So let me know down in the comments if that character resonates with you or gives you an extra message, because if it doesn't, I'm naturally gonna have to go and do the research on these characters, because there would be hidden messages there. But if you know what the hidden message would be, let me know. So let's jump into it. What do people think about pile 2 but won't say? And something about layers. I think you have a lot of layers, pile 2. And it's funny because I started another reading before and I got to pile 2. I was like, I'm not really vibing with this. And layers came out in pile 2 of that reading. That's too many. What are you doing? What do people think about pile 2 but won't say? You won't believe this. These same cards came out in pile 2 for that other reading I canned. I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? When a reading starts draining me in a negative way, I just stop, because I know it's not right. It's not the right messages for people. Okay. Ooh, I'm just going to leave the Knight of Wands here because you're very action orientated for some of you. All right, so when we kind of the French lieutenant's woman, Sarah. Now, take this as it resonates. I did look at this the other day, and I think Sarah is the mistress of the lieutenant, okay? Let me know if you know that, if you've read that book, The French Lieutenant's Woman. I think it's just a book. I don't believe there's a movie, but let me know down in the comments. But when we think about the Hermit, right, this is talking about, with this card, I feel like this woman is searching for something. You know, she looks like she's moving towards something. She's trying to see something. When she sees it, she's going to move towards it. And I feel that's what people think about you but won't say. They like how you're kind of introverted when it comes to, not introverted, you are quite withdrawn when you are processing your decisions or you're processing taking action towards something. Some of you quite secretive in regards to what you're doing, okay? But that's because you're doing some kind of research or exploring your options, and that's what people think about. Like, you're not a person who sort of like rushes in, which is quite ironic because we've got the Knight of Wands over here, and that's why I kind of felt like I needed to keep this one out. So people think you are, some people think there is an imbalance, like for some of you. So for some of you, people think you are more like this, and for others of you, people think you more like Knight of Wands. You know, you're not rushing in. Well, you are. You're kind of more rushing in quicker than the Knight of Swords, because the Wands come before the Swords, right? It is definitely more faster energy, but you're action orientated. So I kind of feel like for some of you, what people think about you is you take a long time to figure out what action you're going to take. And for others of you, you instantly know what action you're going to take. So you just know. Sorry, is the camera moving? I am sorry about that. Okay, so some people think that you may be a person who wanders around at night, okay, and each their own. If you are a person who likes to wander around at night, hopefully in a safe neighborhood, if that is the case. Like, you know, the Hermit talks about walking alone, but there's something about you at night. People are thinking, for some of you, please don't be offended, some of you could be a lady of the night. And that's what they think. Some of you may have a lot of financial success, or people perceive you to have a lot of financial success, and instead of them actually thinking on the grounds of, you know, everyday jobs, some people think, for some of you, that you could be a lady of the night or a man of the night, which is a gigolo, right? But please don't be offended with that. Just, you know, click off the video if that makes you, like, infuriates you, I guess. Now with the Five of Cups, who is Ricky in the Flash? Let's first start there. Every Tuesday night. Could it be what people think about you but won't say is like, for one person, like every Tuesday night, you know, you can be found, some of you can be found at the pub, or every Tuesday night you could be out getting wasted, for some of you, you know, because Five of Cups here is, you know, for me, it can be an alcoholic card, and the Nine of Cups here is also tells me there is could be a lot of drinking going on here, or people think, you know, people think you may drink too much, for some of you. Some of you could be heavily into cocktails. Some of you actually may make cocktails for a living. Okay, or what some people actually think is that you should consider making cocktails for a living. Okay, there's just this like nighttime vibe I'm getting, even with the Death card here. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, because it's very mixed energy. So Ricky Rendenzo, I have no idea who that is, but let me know down in the comments. If no one comments, and I'm just gonna, when I use this deck, I'm just gonna Google these people on the spot, and I'll figure it out, and the reading will go forever, and everyone will love it. Okay, so I don't know, maybe some people kind of think that there's something to do with money here. Like Five of Cups can talk about large sums of money and inheritance, right? So going off from the Hermit card and the energy coming through there, like some people actually think you've got money in a way that they that could have come at a loss, okay? So take that as it resonates. Others of you, people kind of think that you're either learning from your experiences or your mistakes, or you're not, okay? Maybe every Tuesday night you guys are doing something. It could be online, or you're going somewhere. You could be, rekindling with an ex, and some people around you are thinking like you're not learning from your mistakes with this person, okay? But then they're not going to say this to you. So then we've got Jane Adler here. It's complicated, right? For some of you, some of these people could think you are complicated. Some of you, they could think that you make things more complicated than you should, and you should tell them to get effed and to mind their business. But others of you, right, this would talk about I don't know, I feel like a very heavy sexual energy here. Like, Nine of Cups talks about physical pleasure. So there could be something, I don't want to make my channel seedy, so I retract that. I'm just going to ignore that message is what I'm going to do. People probably think, Nine of Cups is also about having everything one wants, okay? So they're probably thinking you have everything you want. You can financially support yourself. Therefore, you can buy what you want. You can go where you want. You can do whatever you want, basically. And because of that, you may have a broader spectrum of suitors as well, because you have a form of income, or whether it's inheritance, to socialize in areas to have that selection, if that makes sense. And it's weird, I'm getting the same energy I was getting in that other reading. I don't know, maybe something's trying to hijack your reading, pile 2, but I'm going to move quickly so I can get to pile 3, because this has happened before in other readings. So Susan, I don't know, plenty. Okay, we've got the Death card, right? So in regards to what people would be thinking about, some people could be thinking about how you hide your blessings, okay? You may be quite secretive when it comes to things that you own, okay? It could be also a matter of people thinking that there are a lot of positive endings that are currently happening in your life, but they're not going to tell you that. Some of you could be removing toxic people from your life, and these people are thinking that's quite positive because you're bringing more change into your life, but they're not going to tell you this because I feel like they have this energy about them of reverse psychology. Like if they go and tell you that this is the right thing, they're worried that you're going to turn around and go, oh, I'm not going to do it then. So this could be parent energy, because parents can naturally sometimes feel like that, or sometimes we can want to do the opposite to what our parents advise. It could be siblings as well. I just feel like with this, death is about bringing changes, right? It's also about death, depression, divorce, sadness as well. So take that as it resonates. There's an energy around this in regards to there's positive changes happening around maybe those specific aspects of you, and what they're thinking is it's very positive changes, or in order for these things to change, you need to bring endings to certain situations or relationships in your life. So take that as it resonates. Quite a mouthful, and that card has so many different meanings when it comes to what people are thinking about you, because there's so many different scenarios that come with the Death card. Well, there's different scenarios with every tarot card, let's be honest, but she's holding that skull there, which sort of tells me, or gives me confidence that it's about, if any of you are holding on to a relationship or somebody from your past, what these people are thinking in order to bring positive change or positive and new beginnings even, you need to release this person. Some of you may be widows, okay? So I'm sorry if that is you. That would suck. That would really suck. But yeah, moving on. The Tree of Life also is standing out for me here. So I just kind of think like you've got a lot of history in something, okay? And that's what these people are thinking but won't say. You've got a lot of experience in something, and they sort of think you should use it to the best of your ability to bring more positive, life-changing experiences, you know, whether it be you attending different events to what you're kind of attending now. Like this lady is dressed to go somewhere, right, with her skull. There's something old around you as well. I feel like for some of you, what people are thinking is if you're in a relationship, for some of you, this relationship is dead. You need to move on, okay, is what some people are thinking. This person's only holding you back. They're affecting your growth. Like there's no leaves on that tree in the background. So yeah, take that as it resonates. Other people also, side message, think you look really good in black dresses. Okay, so somebody obviously needs to hear that. Now the Ace of Swords, right? Look, it kind of goes hand in hand with Knight of Wands. Some people could be thinking things are moving too quickly in an area of your life, or you have a tendency to move. So I don't really feel like the Ace of Swords is connecting with those people who resonate with that Hermit energy I said at the beginning of your reading. But I kind of feel like, yeah, there's this sense of trying to move things too quickly. All right, that's what some people are sort of thinking but won't say around you. I kind of feel like it may be just somebody who you're in a connection with, okay, for some of you. For others of you, right, I feel like what people think about you here is that you always have brand new exciting ideas, okay? Every time you step towards something, you really step towards it with a lot of passion, okay? A lot of enthusiasm is what I'm really picking up here. And for others of you, what people think is you may, you stand in your truth, and when you stand in your truth, it has a domino effect of maybe making some confrontational energy around you, or conflict, okay, is what some people think but won't say to you. And lastly, with the Knight of Wands, look, I'll be honest, like where these two again connect would be the fact, like, if you're new to my channel, Knight of Wands for me is always F-boy, F-girl energy. Not always, but more or less. So take that as it resonates. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a healthy sexual appetite. And there's nothing wrong with not wanting to have a healthy sexual appetite, okay? Doesn't matter what side of the road you're on. What side of the fence? Wow, you're getting all the cards, Pardu. But we'll put that here. All right, so I kind of feel like with this stability and security, so a lot of people, although like we've said some things here that might make people think that, might make you think that people don't think you are stable or secure, there is still this essence about you that people do think you do have a lot of stability and security in your life, but I feel that is because of financial gains, okay? With the cunning and the stealth, I feel like people think you can be quite cunning, okay? And cunning can be seen as a negative aspect, and stealth is more about somebody like, you know, being kind of secretive, okay? And maybe secretive in regards to your romantic life. There is an energy here where you're hiding your romantic life, okay? Or you're not telling people who you're with. Like, that's what they're thinking. Like you're hiding a relationship, okay? For some of you. For others of you, it could be the fact that you're hiding a relationship because the relationship is over, and that's why we have the old woman here, like the sadness. The sadness word is really jumping out for me here. And this is why I like cards, right? Is because I feel like these cards are sort of aligning with this energy and these cards are aligning with this. So this is a whole other, so remember how I said with the Ace of Swords, it was like standing in your power. Okay, and that's because that's the only way you guys have had to learn to survive. So that's what people think about you, even though that they think you're very stable and secure, like you've had to always be in survival mode. Some people are thinking about you in order to overcome anyone trying to abuse their power over you. Some of you also have some sharks circulating you at this point in time, and that's what people are thinking but won't say. So just be mindful, okay, of that. Won't relate to everyone. Some of you for some of you, some people are thinking that it may be in your best interest to relocate, to find a new home. Okay, especially if this is relating, it may be better in your best interest to move away from this situation or these people as opposed to sticking it out. So I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments, but I'm definitely going to keep moving because I gotta go to Sydney again because that's the story of my life. But yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Okay. Pile 3. Those who chose the pink agate, well, welcome to your reading. Sorry about the jumping of the camera. It is what it is. I should be in my house in the next 2 months. Ugh, patience. My house was meant to be built over a year ago, believe it or not. Anyway, it is what it is. Patience. Patience. So what do people think about pile 3 but won't say? So FYI, I got these Meryl Streep tarot cards. She has played a lot of characters. Now, it would take me forever to research these, so let me know down in the comments if you do know who these characters are, and, you know, tap into your intuition to maybe write, if you feel comfortable, you know, what the message would be there in a line with the reading, or not. A fun fact about the character. What do people think but won't say about pile 3? So Aunt March, Little Women. So I vaguely remember Little Women. And is that the one with all the girls? All the sisters? I don't know. It's gonna record to keep this one. Okay. We have a lot of major arcana here. So I kind of feel like what people think about you is like, you make very big impressions, like in these areas of your life, okay? In regards to the Empress, right, what people think about you here but won't say is that you're either a really great mother, which is a bit shit that they don't actually tell you that. They may also think that you've had a lot of growth when it comes to your mothering as well. So if you already have children, people around you think like you've really excelled in motherhood, but won't say. So the kind of people I'm assuming that would be around you or picking up that would be around you thinking about that would probably be women in mother's group. Okay, or it could be like your family as well, really watching you step into that role as a mother. For some of you, you know, these people may think you remind them of this Aunt March, okay? But won't say because they feel like it might offend you. And for others of you, if you don't have children, what people naturally, you know, when the Empress comes out in regards to what people think about you, would be the fact that you would make a great mother. I'm sorry that it is just jiggling, isn't it? Anyway, you guys will surely let me know if you hate it. Is it moving or is that my eyes? Okay, it's just because of the cord. Sorry, focus. I don't know who Imogen Parrott is, but what I know about Page of Pentacles is what people would be thinking about you is you're very practical, you're a very realist individual. Okay, some people may even think you might have a lack of money, okay, but I'm not going to say this to you. Although that you may have a lack of money, people think that you do have the ability to develop things into something better. So whatever you put your focus to, people think that you can bring it to fruition, okay? With the High Priestess, the moon underneath this Lori Ramula's foot, first do no harm, is really standing out for me. So for some of you, some people think you kind of hold back either your spirituality or you're very secretive about your spirituality. Now she's holding some kind of script there, right? So for some people are thinking like you have some kind of contract with the universe. You have some kind of contract with the spirit world. Some of you, some kind of witch. You have a karma list is another thing. Like some people think you actually make a list for all the things people have done to you, and you write either predict the karma that they will receive. I don't know why this message is coming through, but let me know. And with the first do no harm, what I'm picking out is like what they think about you is like you don't harm people. It's like if they don't do what they're thinking is if they don't do harm to you, you won't do harm to them. And well, that's logic, right? That's common sense. Some of them might be thinking, you know, you're very in your feminine energy as well. If you are female or masculine, doesn't really matter. But there is this very mysterious, very intuitive nature about you, okay? And people know you are psychic. Pile 3. I don't think anyone will tell you that they know that, because the message that I'm getting is you say things to people and they don't understand. It could be something like they've been recently thinking about or had a conversation with, you know, somebody that you don't know, and you'll randomly bring it up and you'll randomly like solve the problem or something like that. So it's not like, it's like psychism. Do you know what I mean? It's like you intuitively know what to talk about even though you don't know people are talking about that or have a problem with that, etc. If you know what I mean. You should know what I mean. So Francis Johnson, right? The Bridges of Madison County. No idea. Just it looks like Kevin Bacon, doesn't it? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Who is Francesca? Oh my God. I should probably put my glasses on, I think. I don't know, I kind of feel like people think you would make a really good lover, okay? You would be very passionate, you know, a very passionate lover. I also think that they think like you make good choices when it comes to your lovers, okay? And you're happy to sit around and wait for the right person to come along as well is another thing that people think about. For some of you, people think that you may just find love at a later age in life. Like you're really, you know, you could be really busy doing new things. You could be really busy, you know, making your karma list. Or the fact that you could just be really busy tapping into your spirituality, right? You know, maybe some of you are also building, you know, a business up from the ground. And that's not easy. That takes time and a lot of patience. You know, so there could be this essence of people thinking like, you know, at the moment you're sort of focusing on you, and love is not a focus for you right now. Love is probably something you'll focus on when you are older than what you are now. Other sort of aspects, you know, you could be waiting for your soulmate. There's this sense like people think that you don't see a point in being in romantic connections if they're not a soulmate, okay, is what some people are thinking. They also think that you need, for some of you may need proof that they are soulmate before you take action to them. So that could be in the sense of physical proof. It could be, and what I mean by that, this is going to be for somebody, it could be in the essence of, you know that they're your soulmate after you've had a sexual encounter with them, for some of you, okay, is what some people think. Now with the Lindy Chamberlain, A Cry in the Dark. Lindy Chamberlain. Isn't that I should know this. I think Lindy Chamberlain was the dingo ate my baby. I'm going to Google that because I should know that as an Australian. Yeah, dingo ate my baby. New Zealand-born Australian woman who was wrongfully convicted in one of Australia's most publicised murder trials. Yeah, they used to shop at the supermarket I worked at when I was a kid. And he used to come in as well, the father. Yeah, dingo ate her baby. What meaning does that have? I didn't know Meryl Streep played her. I guess that's probably the message within itself, right? So I don't know, if you don't know the story, what I remember, because it was all over the news and in the newspapers and everything, was like they were camping in Northern Territory, I think, or WA or wherever, Western Australia, and they woke up in the morning or something and the baby was gone. And word has it is a dingo went into the tent and took the baby. Or it could have been sleeping in the middle of the day, I'm not sure. But that's what they had told police. So now that, you know, it sounded really far-fetched for Australians. A lot of people were like, as if a dingo would just go in and steal a baby, but you just don't know, like you really don't know. So maybe what it is for some of you have told something, people, there's a story or something that's happened to you that people think that other people may find hard to believe, okay, is probably what the message would be there. A cry in the dark. People may pass judgment at you, what people think about you. They may pass judgment because some of you could actually be pregnant and pregnant to the wrong person, okay? And sorry to hear that if that is accurate. And all the love and light to you for persevering with a pregnancy, if that is that, and each their own if that's not what you want to do, but etc. You know, there's some kind of negative judgment here. People think that people pass negative judgment on you for whatever reason. It has something to do with a child though, like this woman is pregnant here. You know, it'd be crazy to think that somebody is watching this video who is from this family. And again, it's possible, and I'm sorry if I've been insensitive. But yeah, there's some people think other people pass negative judgment about you regarding, I don't know, pregnancy or your choices about children. Some of you may not even want children, you know, and people around you think that you should have children. So moving on, so the FLUORITE would indicate to me that people think you're very spontaneous. They think that your spontaneity could come from manic episodes for some of you, okay? Take that as it resonates. Everyone has manic episodes in their life. No one, you know, if you've listened to my channel before, no one gets out of this life without experiencing mental health issues. No one. Unfortunately, unfortunately, it would be nice. Unfortunately, that is reality. It would be nice if we didn't, but we are emotionally fueled beings. Like, it is what it is. Other people may think you have addictions to fun. Okay, you have addictions to new beginnings, and once that new beginning phase is sort of ended, you move on to something new. So who is Karen Blixen out of Africa? So I did read on her. Obviously, it's a full card. So what I learned about Karen, she's a real person and she's a real girl. In 1960, her and her husband moved to Africa, and she actually married her second cousin. Look, I'm not a judgmental kind of person, but I don't know. I know that's what they did back in the 1900s, but I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Each their own, second cousin, whatever, YOLO. They brought a plantation, like farm, for coffee. Okay. She ended up divorcing him. At some point, but she lived till she was like 100. So what's the message here? I don't know. Do you see the link with you and Karen? Is what I'm probably asking there in reference to how I'm going to use these cards moving forward. But if I'm just going to stick to the terminologies of these cards, you know, other people may actually think you may have a lack of discipline at times because you're always focused on new beginnings and that fun, fresh feeling, okay? Wild behavior is also, you know, connected with the Fool as well. So some people may think at times you have wild behavior, but won't say. And then over here with the Eight of Swords, okay? I kind of feel like there's this sense about you. People feel like there's this sense of entrapment, like it may come from like the passing judgment you've received in regards to whatever that is about. I don't know, I guess with judgment also, it can also be about a change of status. I don't know, there's something about a relationship there as well. Like some people don't agree with something for somebody there. But yeah, with the Eight of Swords, this card would tell me like people sort of think about like your success in a way that may hold you back. Like they think if you're focusing on your success, they think at times it holds you back. And they also think when it comes to your success that you don't make rash decisions. So it's very convoluted here, and it's funny how like I felt the need to take these cards because again, these are opposites, right? So again, some of you, this is why I find pick a card readings can get a bit challenging because there's two different energies here. So like some of you are going to align with, you know, Karen over here, and some of you are going to align with Helen. Okay, so some of you don't make rash decisions. You take your time, you probably wrap yourself in bubble wrap and really think about what would be the outcome if you do X, Y, Z, and what will be the outcome if you did A, B, C. Whilst others of you, what people think is the more that Karen vibe. So you have an addiction to that fun feeling. You are all about, taking action towards new things, while others of you is the opposite to that. You would rather take a moment, a minute, whatever, to think about your actions and where they will lead to ensure or to prevent possibly judgment. So some of you don't care about judgment and others of you do care about judgment, is what people think but won't say. So I'm going to leave it there for time's sake, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out what people think but won't say. I just remembered I didn't do all the cards for pile 3, but the reading went forever. Sorry, I've got to stop hitting that. Okay. Do people think about pile 4 but won't say? All right. I'm just going to get these cards now because so I don't forget. All right. All right. Pile 4, Sodalite. 9 of Pentacles. What do people think about you but won't say? Okay, so some people think that you, with the 9 of Pentacles, it talks about like making major purchases, receiving large sums of money, buying new homes, cars, things like that. So I kind of feel like what people think about you is somebody who is doing that or is about to do that or is definitely going to do that as you excel in your career and start building up capital to allow you to have access to that. This person, Anne Marie Julia, and just a FYI, I got the Meryl Streep tarot deck. So I don't know who all these characters are, but if you do know who they are, let me know down in the comments and how that character resonates to the reading or resonates to you. Would be great, and a fun activity maybe, or really shit, whatever. So Anne Marie Julia, like I don't know who that is, and I could Google it, but YOLO. This woman looks very successful though. Some of you may drink martinis with the olive, and some of you may not drink martinis with the olive, and that's what some people around you may think. You could be a martini drinker, but they won't say. You look like you drink martinis. I don't know. Also, other people are thinking is like single looks good on you. Like, some of you may have just come out of a relationship, and what people are thinking is you being single is definitely having like a positive effect on you. People think you have more than enough, that you don't need any more either. If you've already established your success and financial prospects, there are some people around you who think you already have enough. There's something about furniture as well with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So people kind of think you're either have very extravagant furniture or you should invest in some furniture, but take that as it resonates. Maybe some of you only got some milk crates in the house because you've just moved, okay? I've got a friend who's just moved and she's only got 2 bar stools in her house, and we're going to go somewhere on Saturday to get a lounge, do you know what I mean? So I share that on the basis like you should know why I'm sharing it. Okay, Ace of Wands. Look, this is like big dick energy, or, you know, very sexual card, Ace of Wands, okay? So when I think about what people would be thinking but not saying is that within itself, whether or not you would make a really good sexual partner, you are very passionate, okay? You're very sexually active for some of you, or they think that you may be sexually active. It could even be a matter of some of you are thinking, I've been so sick for about a week and a half now, probably longer. I get sick like Monday last week. Yeah. So a week and a half. I was so cooked. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling with the Ace of Wands, there's something very, you know, very sexual about you. It could be your sexual energy, like people find you very sexually attractive, okay, but won't say, is what I kind of pick up with the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands also connects with like the birthing of a son, okay? So if you are in a romantic connection with somebody, this person could be wanting you to birth a son for them, or this woman, if you're a man watching this, is wanting to birth a son for you, okay, or wants to have a son with you. All right, now with the Four of Pentacles, I don't really know how to pronounce that lady's name, but it's got the seagull. Now, the one thing I know about seagulls is they are scavengers. No, they annoy you at the beach if you give them a hot chip, and then they squawk out to all of their friends and family, and next minute there's about 1 billion seagulls asking for a chip. Just think what people think about you here is like you may hold on to things that don't really serve your highest good, is what they think. You want things that don't actually are good for you. Like if I think about seagulls and wanting hot chips, they should be eating fish, not carbs, right? So how I'm sort of connecting with that, and I was like, why the fuck did I just say that, right? Why did I just say that? Because that can be totally misconstrued, you know, and I'm not referring to any of you as seagulls or anything like that, but it's like what people are thinking is that you may hold on to things that like a seagull. So sorry, I'm using this analogy, but I can't believe this is happening, but it is. So the seagull desperately wants the hot chip. It calls all its friends and family, making it think like, you know, everyone wants a hot chip, but really they should be back in the water getting fish, right? So it's like they're holding on to trying to get a hot chip, right? Lingering around the person with the hot chip instead of going off and finding what they should be, what would serve their highest good. So what I feel the message here is for someone is that what people around you are thinking is you're focusing on things that you think you want, that you think are good for you, but in fact they are not. You need to switch your attention elsewhere, far away for some of you. Like you need to take a journey, and something that will serve your highest good is at a distance for some of you. Now with other aspects of the Four of Pentacles would also indicate that For some of you, people are thinking that you need to start putting more money away, maybe start taking action towards investments and savings, okay? That's probably coming from parents. With the Star card, okay, naturally, people would think in regards to this card, there's a couple of things, couple of messages coming here. Because we've got the jealousy card literally under the Star card. The Star, I've got to really probably drive home this message first. So, the Star card can talk about jealousy, right? It can talk about other people's jealousy interfering into your life. And because we've got jealousy and gossip here, I would have to say there's people around you who think that there is jealousy and gossip getting in the way to your success. So this, I feel, could be happening in the workplace. Okay, so you have very good prospects. This is what people think. You have good prospects for career development, but there are people who are very jealous of your intelligence, that they are then gossiping about you, preventing you from having opportunities offered to you because they are jealous. And that is what people are thinking about you in that environment. So they would actually have either heard the gossip, or they know it, or they're just sitting back and seeing it for themselves, which is fucked up. Find a new place to work if that's resonating. So I feel that's the strong message here. So I'm going to keep moving. Two of Swords, okay, this would be telling me there's people around you thinking about a couple of things. You have opponents, all right, but they won't tell you you have opponents, okay, and that's sort of really reinforcing that message that came out then with the Star. They may actually think the reason why you have opponents is because you equally match their level of what's the word, like experience and education and skill set. Skill set's probably the best word there. The reason why these people are holding you back or trying to gossip that you don't have this skill set is because you have a more advanced skill set than them. Okay, and because of that, you have an opportunity, there's an opportunity for you to become their boss. Okay, and when people see that, powerful, when people look at your resume and go, fuck, this person's done heaps more than me, if I hire them and then my boss sees what they've done, then there is that opportunity. I get demoted or I get removed from the business, so they will not hire you. Okay, full stop, period. If you have the slightest advancement in your skill set over the person employing you or interviewing you, okay, they will not hire you. So it's always in your best interest in an interview, if you analyze the panel or you analyze the room and you can see that you've had more experience than these people, look, the writing's on the wall, you're not going to get the job because they fear losing their job. Whereas if you're being interviewed by somebody who's quite higher up in the business, right, and they're the kind of job interviews you guys probably are better off going for. Best way to do that would be when you apply for job interviews, call them and ask who does the interviewing. And then that way you're going to save yourself a lot of time. There's no point going for an interview, okay, and not getting it because the people who have that power feeling threatened by you, there's just no point. So I don't feel like you got hired by these people, you got hired by somebody else. Okay, and that's just the way shit people work on this planet. Insecure people, I don't know, some people are just so shit, aren't they, in the workplace? But get over yourself. Why hold back somebody else's success because you fear losing your own? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So that was Gail Hartman, the River Wild, okay, with the Two of Swords energy sort of coming through there. Now we've got Roberto Cusari, sorry, Music of the Heart, the World, okay. A couple of things here. Some people around you think that whether or not, if you've traveled around the world, they feel like what they think, this is why you're so desirable, okay? They think that because you've had a lot of exposure to different countries, different cultures, there's a unique confidence about you. There's something very foreign about you which gives you confidence, which naturally makes you very desirable, is what people think about you, which is quite positive in a way. You definitely got your money's worth there if you're traveling expenses. For others of you, like, could it be the fact that you're about to embark, like, in regards to ending a cycle? And is this a storyline here? Because sometimes that happens in my readings. We can try and look at the cards, but a specific storyline will come through. So I feel like what people are sort of thinking is an end of a cycle in this workplace should be considered, or would be in your best interest for you to broaden your horizons or your aspects somewhere else, or your aspirations, okay, is what people are thinking and not saying around you. And these could be people that you traveled the world with, or have traveled the world with. It could be friends who are thinking that, like, it's time for you to move on from your job. Now with the Seven of Cups here, I just feel, this is more about people, thinking you always have lots of choices, a lot of positive choices as well. Like, you've always got a lot to think about. You've got a lot on your plate as well. She's really looking at the ghost there. Is that a ghost? Yeah. I kind of get more spiritual. Like, I do get a real, like, and we've got the witch here into the woods. I kind of feel like people think that, well, you are a witch, and the fact that you are more focused on the spirit world than you are in the 3D world for some of you. And that can scare a lot of people, powerful. Like, people can get really weirded out by that. So with the loyalty and the determination card with the dog, right, I kind of feel like the energy I'm picking up here, people think people abuse your loyalty, all right, because you're so determined to be loyal, okay? I think people also think that you present or offer people unconditional love, and because of that, people abuse that, is what people are thinking, but won't say. And that's pretty fucked up. Like, if I was surrounded by people who was thinking that and felt that way about other people, I would want them to say something, not just stand there and, like, watch it happen. Bit like this scenario here. If people know people are holding back your success in your workplace, they should be coming up to you, or they should be going to upper management and being like, that's what a good Samaritan would do. But some people just don't have any balls, and imaginary balls, and don't want to help a brother or a sister out. So with the scarab, we have nourishment and transformation. I kind of feel with this card, it's like, it's kind of coming back with the Nine of Pentacles again, right? This card is giving me this essence that people just think, like, there's a sense like everything you touch can turn to gold, right? And everything you can touch, because you know how to nourish ideas or nourish relationships, you can always transform things into very positive outcomes, is what I'm really picking up with that scarab. And not only can you, like, when you touch things, it turns to gold. We have a crystal here as well, like, is it sapphire maybe? But it's like, you can see the beauty within something that others probably can't. So although you may see something that, you know, like a Christmas beetle, for instance, or even a scarab, right? It's a bug, right? Most people be like, ew, it's a bug, but you don't see it as a bug. You see it as something that has very pretty colorings on its shell, and I feel like people think that you see the beauty within things or within people that other people do not see. So I kind of feel like the main message for you guys with this reading is be mindful. You might be surrounded by a lot of toxic energies that are very jealous of you for everything you own, everything you're about to own. They're very jealous of your energy. They're very jealous of your spiritual connection. Just probably up your protection is what I'm kind of picking up with this. If you are in a workplace where you do feel like there is no career progression, definitely start putting your resume out there, and definitely take note in the sense of only apply for jobs or waste your time going for an interview if the CEO is going to interview you, not your boss, another boss. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. But I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I hope that message found you well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.